So, hello everyone, myself Kumar Ankit. I am just here to explore my new learning experience on Big Data Data Frame project, and along with that, I had a good learning experience on Big Data, Apache Hadoop, and Apache Spark as well. So, just let's get that deep dive into my project, the viewing of my project, and just let's recap what is Big Data, what is Hadoop, and what is Apache Spark. So, if we talk about what is big data, then big data refers to the massive, complex, structured, and unstructured type of data that is rapidly being generated and transmitted from a wide variety of sources. Okay, so this data, how we consider that my data is a big data or the normal data. So it is being considered on the basis of three V's. Actually, there are five V, but basically we measure it on the three V's. So the first V is volume, the amount at which data is being stored, and the velocity is the r- rate of speed at which data is coming. Okay, and the variety is the different structures of the data that it is coming. So if I give an example, then the volume might be in earlier stages, like in 1960 the data that was being generated was sufficient up to 10 MB, but in 2020 or 2021 or even far for the few more years, the data will be generated at the speed of 10 terabytes or 100 petabytes, and that will not be sufficient enough. Okay, so it will be increasing day by day. So this is the volume, and if we talk about the velocity, then it is okay. So talking about the velocity, I'm giving an example just like for the cricket match. Okay, so in cricket match, what it happened, the ball is thrown at a speed of 145 kilometer per hour. So here is the same scenario where the data is coming continuously coming at particular random speed. So this is the velocity, and what is the variety? So if I talk about the same example of a cricket match, then we have a corket ball with the ball with players usually play, and then along with that we have a different type of ball, such as we have tennis ball, or we have plastic ball, or we have basketball, or we have volleyball, or there might be a baseball. So these are the few variety of the balls that it is there. So in the same manner, if I replace the type of balls with the type of data, so it exactly fits into the variety component. So we have talked about the three types of V along with which we consider our data to be a big data. So there is a common problem for the big data, that it is for the storage part and for the processing part. So to solve this problem, Apache Hadoop has come into the picture. So how Hadoop solved this problem, and for this, while talking about how Apache Hadoop solved this problem, so what is Hadoop? So Hadoop is nothing but the open source framework that it is provided by Apache to process and analyze the large volume of data. And it is basically written in Java and currently used by Google, Facebook, LinkedIn, Yahoo, Twitter, and etc. and many more. Okay, so basically Hadoop includes the Big Data Hadoop with HDFS and MapReduce, Yarn, Hive, HBase, Pig, and Scope. Okay, so this is all about short intro on Hadoop. So how Hadoop solves this problem of storage and processing part. Okay, so Hadoop for basically talking about the Hadoop storage problem, so it comes with HDFS. Okay, HDFS is nothing but the Hadoop distributed file system. Okay, and it solves the storage problem, and for the processing problem, it has been solved by the MapReduce. Okay, so for if we write a particular code, for if we have to run a particular code for MapReduce, then we have to pass that data to HDFS. Okay, so if we pass the data to HDFS, then we can run the our code in MapReduce as well. So these MapReduce and HDFS is both like tightly integrated with each other. Okay, so that's a common reason that it don't give that much speed or that much processing speed as compared to Apache Spark. So what is Apache Spark and how does it solves the processing speed? Why does it give 100 times better efficiency as compared to the Apache Hadoop? So if we talk about the Apache Spark, then Apache Spark is just also the open source framework where it comes into the picture with uh, what I should say. Okay, so Apache Spark is a data processing framework, okay, that can quickly perform the processing task on the large data set and can also be a distributed data processing task across the multiple computers, either on its own or the tandem with the distributed computing tools. So what does Apache Spark? Apache Spark does. Apache Spark don't have a personal storage system. Okay, it comes with in-memory processing, but either it is not consisted with a particular storage problem, so it can work with a different storage as well. Okay, so by this it gives the proper and more processing speed as compared to Apache Hadoop. Okay, so we have talked about what is big data, how we consider our data to be a big data, and what is Hadoop and what is Spark, and so I will love to talk about the what is the difference between the Apache Spark data frame and what is the difference between the Pandas data frame. We have worked about with a Pandas data frame as well. So, but it is new. I will just like to talk, give a short view on what is the difference. So, the basic difference that I have noticed till now is the indexing issues. So, yeah, basically the indexing, because in Pandas data frame the indexing starts with a 0, but in Spark data frame it doesn't start with a 0, it starts with a normal numbering, that is 1 2 3 4 5 and so on and so long. Okay, and for the reading data, Spark can also read a different file format, that is JSON, Parquet file, and many more. Okay, and Pandas can also read that. Pandas can read that. Yes, Pandas can also read that. So the syntax are basically the same. We have just to provide a spark.read and spark.read CSV, and then we have to give the file path, and then just it's okay. Okay. So while continuing with my data frame project, so I will give a introduction on what is the top, what the data is. Basically, the data is on the Walmart stock data that basically consists of the date and on what date it has opened, at which price it has opened, and what was the highest price that it has been noticed, and what was the lowest price and what was the close price of that stock, and the volume and then the adjust volume. These are the few columns on the data set. Okay, so while continuing that, I am my first code is for the from pyspark.sql. I am importing my Spark session. Okay, so after importing my Spark session, what I am doing, I am just giving my Spark session.builder. I am giving my app name, and I am giving the name of my app, that is my BI assignment, and I am getting that get or create. Okay, so it will create a BI assignment on that, on my cluster. Okay, so after creating my BI assignment on my cluster, what I am doing, I am just giving my file path that I am reading my file, that is I am giving equal df equal to spark dot read underscore csv, and then I have given the file path of my data set, and then I have given that header equal to 2. What it does, it takes header, that my first column will be my header, and infer schema, and I am giving there here is infer schema is equal to true, as it will load the data and it will give me the data type of the columns. Okay, so I am giving all this, and then I am printing my df display. So when I will run this cell, it is giving me output. Here we can see that I have a date, I have open, we have high values and the lower values, and what was the close at that date, and what was the volume of on that date, and then the adjusted close. So after getting all this, we got a gist that okay, we can say here we have a data of all this. Okay, so fine. After getting all this, what we have to do, we are just viewing my first 5 rows of my data set as we were doing in pandas. Okay, so on pandas we were doing like a df dot head, and it is giving me the first first five. So here in Spark it is giving me that df.take 5, so it will give me the first 5 rows of my dataset. And again what I am doing after viewing my first 5, I am just printing my schema. So printing my schema mean it will give me the data type with my null values. Okay, so what are the null values and where it is. So df.print schema I am giving here, and in output we can see that here it is date with a string and then null label equal to true. So we have for all this. And again here a basic 5, here we can do it as well with the df.head 5, so it will give me the same, but it will give me the values also. Okay, so the date will be there, the first date will be there, and the value will be there for the high, low, and the close volume, and all these things. And for all this thing, after what I am doing, I am just getting a for loop and doing the same, that printing my the rows, printing my row. And after doing my row, I am just doing the describe as we have done in the pandas, that describe gives the statistical measure of some of the statistical measure as count, mean, standard deviation, minimum, and maximum. So it is giving me for all my column value. Okay, so after viewing my describe, so what I am doing with my describe, I am just printing my schema. It is as same as the previous code, so I will not talk about it. Okay, yeah, fine. Now what I am doing, from my PySpark SQL function, I am importing my format number. Okay, why I am doing this? I just giving a describe that. Okay, here we can see that date is in a string, open is in a string. By default, it takes all the data type as a string. Okay, so we need to change this data type. So for changing my data type, I am giving this code from PySpark.sql function import format number. So for doing this, I will give a variable that is result. Okay, and for a random variable, I will just print my df.describe. So yeah, we have a summary that is string, data as string, open as string. By default it is all taking as string, so now we have to change this. So as I have mentioned my random variable that is result, then I will select which columns I want. So result that I have given in the list, that is summary, and then the format number I will give at open dot cast. We will cast it in float, and what is the floating point number that we want, that is up to 2 decimal point we want, and I am setting my alias as open. Okay, so for the same, for the open, high, low, close, and volume, I am giving my cast as float because all these things are in the decimal point number. So I am giving my float, and I am giving my decimal point number up to which decimal point number I want my values. So basically I'm here giving my 2, and alias I'm setting as same as high, low, close, and volumes. Okay, so after all this, I am just creating, I have to create a column that is HV ratio, so which is the ratio of high price versus the volume stock traded per day. Okay, so how to calculate this, as we have seen, here is something like HV ratio. Okay, here we have high column, and here we have volume column. So if we divide my high column versus the volume column, then it will give me the HV ratio as well. Okay, so a simple code. So now I am giving my again a random variable that is df2, and doing it with df with column, with column I want that is high. So I am giving the HV ratio as df and df, and providing it in list that is high divided by the df of web volume. Okay, so when it will do the calculation, it will give me the high HV ratio, high volume ratio. So here we can see we have all the high volume ratios of all. Okay, so here I can show you, here it is only showing the top 20 rows. So after this, what I have to do, I have to check that on what day had the highest peak in the price. So I have to check on which day the price was at in peak. So doing a random variable, again giving another variable that is j underscore high, and just doing with df dot order by, and giving my df as high, and then setting it in a descending order, and then finding out the head of it. So why I am giving here 1, it will give me the value count for that. Okay, so here I am getting that on 2015 113. The open was, okay, sorry, the open was of 90.80 and the highest was 90.97 and the lowest was 88.93 and the close was similar to 89.30. Okay, and the volume was something around 82 lakh 15,400 and the adjusted close was 83.82. So here I got this information. So after getting this information, what I have to do, I have to find the mean of the closed column. So it is simple to find the mean of the closed column. I have to just give the from PySpark.sql function, I will just import my mean, and after importing my mean, I will just give my df.select mean, and then I will give the column that I want to find the mean. I want a mean of my closed column. So here I am giving my closed column, and then I am giving a show, and then after that I will get my, that is the average close column is 72.38. Okay, till here it is good. So after finding this, what I have to do, uh, I have to find out what is the maximum and minimum of the volume column. Okay, so in the previous code I have find out the what is the mean of the close column. So here we have to find out the maximum and minimum of the volume column. So for finding out the maximum and minimum of the volume column, we will just again import from PySpark.sql function. I will import minimum and maximum. Okay. So after importing this minimum maximum, what I will do, I will just give my variable that was df. Okay. So after df, I will just give dot select with maximum, and I will just give him, and I will just provide the column that I want the maximum value. I have to find out the maximum value for my volume column. So here I have given my volume, and again I have to find out the minimum value. So minimum value I have to find out for which column? I have to find out for the volume column. Okay, and then I am giving the show function that it will show the maximum and the minimum column, sorry, value. So here I am getting the maximum volume as 80 lakh 89,800, and here I am getting the minimum volume. So here we are, I am good to go for the next process. So on the next question was, how many days was the close value lower than $60? Okay, so here the question was on, we have to find out the particular date. Okay, so on, we don't want to find the particular date, we have just to find the count of the days that the close was lower than a $60. So here we can do it just by giving a simple code that is and again in providing the df and then finding out the close of that is the lower than 60. Okay, because we have to find the lower than $60, and I am getting the count of it. Okay, so here I am getting the output as 81. So I got to know that okay, on 81 days the count was lower than the $60. So now I just want to show that what is the percentage of the time was the higher greater than the $80. Okay, so that is the number of days that is higher than the $80 and divided by the total days in the data set. So from this approach we can find out. Okay, so I am giving here the total high count. Okay, to total high count I am giving by df dot select and then providing my again df with high and giving the count of it. So I have to find out the number of days that it was high. Okay, so on what the number of days it was high, so I will give that df dot where, and again providing in parenthesis that is given, and, and providing it in list that is high, that is greater than 80, and again I will find the count of it. So how we will get the percentage of it? So we will just do a high of 80 divided by the total high count and multiplied by 100, just a percentage formula. Okay, so after doing all this we will get that output as 9.141. So after this, what the question was, that what is the maximum high per year? Okay, so for calculating the maximum high per year, what we have to do, we have to just do a df dot create or replace the temp view as df2. Okay, and from I will just give a SQL function. So I have just written here that percentage SQL, and it will allow me to write a SQL code. So I will just give the first code as select year date as high and the maximum as high of the maximum year. Okay, so I just want to get a maximum high per year. So from now, which table I want from df2, and I have to group that in. I will group that by year and order by also year. So okay, as per the question, we can see that on the maximum, what is the maximum high per year? So for 2012, we had a 77.59. On 2013, we have 81.37, and 14 similarly for 88, 15, 90.97, and 16, and for 16 we have 75.19. Okay, so for getting all these things, we are just good to go for another question. So what is my another question? The question is, what is the average close for each calendar month? Okay, so I have to find out the average close value for the 12 months. Okay, that what is the average price for the January, February, March, and the result I will get will be in the format of a month and the value. Okay, so again from the PySpark I will import a function of import month, and from month df I will write a df dot with column month, and then I will give the month in date. So again what I will do, I will do the month of average with month.df select, and then I will in parenthesis I will provide the month, and then I want a close of it, so I will provide the close, and then I will group by with month, and then I will find the mean of it. Okay, why I will find the mean of it? Because I have to find out the average of the average price of per calendar year. So I will find out the mean here. So after doing this, what I will do, I will just go to for my final code, that is month dot average, that I have provided the random variable, and then I will do the select, and then I will give my month, and then I will give my average close, and then I will order it by month, and then I will put it my action, that is show. So after doing all this, we are good to see the output, that is for my month 1, the average close was 71. For 2 it was 71, for 3 it was 71.77, for 4 it was 72.97, and for the rest of the 12 months. So after getting all this, I am just doing what I am doing. I am just doing my giving another SQL code for grouping it by. So for giving the same SQL code as select the month as month and the average close as the average close. And from the table that I want is from my df2, and I will group by month, and then I will order it by month also. So after doing all this, just we are to say here that all my 12 months average close is being given my as my output. Okay, so here are some my practice questions that it has been provided. So the question was, how many days was the close lesser than the open? Okay, so we have to compare that on how many days the close was actually lesser than my open. So for that I will give my SQL code as select date, open, and close, because I want from these three columns. So I will provide this three column from the table that I want from my df2, and then I will put my where clause, that it is being used to check the to have a conditional check. Okay, so we will give here where the open is lesser than the close. So I will get my output as the first column will be a date, and the second column will be open, and third column will be closed. So for here, for the list of the rows, we can see that we will get my output as per my question, that on how many days the close was lesser than the open. And after this I have to find that I have to print the date and the open field where open and close are equal. So on the above code we have find out that on how many days the close was lesser than the open. Okay, on the next code I have to print all the rows where open and close are equal. So again doing the same thing, I will give my select date and open, because I want these two columns only. Okay, open and close are same. So I will and from the table that I want from my df2, and then I will put my conditions, that is where open is equal to close. I am giving this conditional check. So after doing this condition, I am good to go with my output, that is date, and here it is open. So here is all my date for the 12, and it is good. So this is all for today. I had a good experience on the Apache Spark small data frame project. So I will be back with a next project on, yeah, I will not particularly say that what will be the project, but yes, show on 2 3 4 days I will just back with another project on Apache Spark. It is in Python, and next will be on Scala. So thank you for today. Have a good day and enjoy and have a safe.